Hello everyone. Now I will briefly tell you about the anime, The Valor of the Loser Knight. In this world, people have the ability to transform their soul into a weapon, and our main character, Aiki. Kuragane is studying at an institution teaching people to be knights magicians. The hero comes to his apartment after training and finds our main character, Princess Stella Vermilion, in her underwear. He honestly says that he saw everything and that everything was honest. He wants to, and she saw him without clothes. He gets a slap in the face, and together they come to the principal of the school, who is trying to make the school great as before. There, the hero apologizes to Stella, and she says that she will forgive him only if he does hurrah. He refuses, and she wants to solve him herself for what a lustful loot and pervert he is. To this, he replies that he did it because she is so beautiful that she cannot take her eyes off. She is embarrassed and calms down. Later, the director says that they will both live together. Here we know that she is the best student and Aiki is the worst. Stella does not want to live with him, and they arrange a duel. The loser will be the servant of the winner. A duel takes place, and thanks to the technique of copying the opponent's style and professional fencing skills, the hero defeats Stella. It turned out that he was of rank F due to the fact that magical abilities are evaluated at school and the rest of the skills are not evaluated. Stella comes to their room and touches the sleeping hero. He wakes up and Stella hits her head. He treats her and says that now she is his servant, and says that orders just to be his neighbor. In the morning, Aiki and Stella rest after a run. Aiki offers her water, and Stella worries about an indirect kiss, but still drinks. Hiro says that his sister, Shizuku Kuragane, is coming to the academy soon. At the lecture, they're told about the new examination system, and now the fights will be held between all participants, and not only the best. The teacher loses a lot of blood in Heroes and comes to her ward. It was she who helped Aika enter the academy. On the street, a fan who wants to write about him in the newspaper sticks to Aiki. The hero runs away to catch up with the jealous Stella in pursuit of her. He meets his sister, who unexpectedly kisses the hero for everyone. My sister finds out that Stella lives with her brother, and they start a fight, because of which, after they have to clean the toilets, leaving the sister accidentally tells that the hero was ignored as a child. Later, Aiki tells Stella that his parents ignored him because of his incompetence. One day he ran away from home and got into a storm. The hero was saved by his grandfather with the words, "Are you disappointed, guy? Remember this feeling? It means that you haven't given up yet." Since then, Hiro wants to become like him and become as strong to inspire someone like his grandfather. After that, an unusual scene occurs. After that, Stella tries to invite Aiki on a date, but his sister writes to him and invites him for a walk. My sister took her roommate Alice with her. Stella is outraged that Shizuku's walking arm in arm with Aiki, but they are relatives and they can. Shizuku got dirty at the table. Stella tried to achieve the same effect, but to no avail. Alice and the hero go to the toilet, where they hide from some bandits and, with the permission of the director, go to eliminate them. The leader comes and tells Stella that they will let everyone go if she undresses and asks for forgiveness instead of the boy. She starts the process, and the hero wants to stop everything, but Alice stops him, telling him to trust his sister. She creates a barrier, after which the hero deals with everyone. Another enemy was taken hostage, who was eliminated by a student named Shizuya, who also turns out to be Aiki's next opponent at the competition. Stella's opponent just gave up because he was afraid of pain. Aiki is preparing for a duel. Shizuya has the ability of disguise, and the hero needs to figure out how to resist it. Last year, Shizuya, on the orders of the hero's father, provoked Aiki to fight, but the hero simply ignored it and stayed at the academy. At the confirmation of the user agreement, Aiki is accosted by Saiko, the fourth most powerful night magician in the whole world, but she is taken away by the director. Ike goes out to bat with Shizuya and tracks his location, because from where he shoots, and it would seem that this is a victory. But this year Shizuya has learned to make his arrows invisible. The hero begins to lose, and everyone laughs at him. Stella gets up and tells everyone to shut up. She loves the hero for his coolness. He gets up and calculates where Shizuya is from memory, voice tone, and other factors. The hero wins, after which he lies in the ward and confesses his love to Stella. She kisses him and confesses in return. Together they promise to meet each other in the final. Stella says she won't lose to him this time. Stella does not understand why, after 2 weeks as she meets with Aiki. She does not do anything towards her. At this time, the hero won 5 victories in a row and became the uncrowned swordsman king. The girls ask to become their teacher, and the hero agrees. after a bunch of peers attack him out of envy, but he gracefully evades and defeats them all. after which they become his students. Stella wants to give Aiki a drink, but Shizuka is ahead of her, who asks her brother to train her, to which he agrees. Stella wants to train with him too, but he refuses and wants to say the reason. But Stella runs away and thinks he's just a fool. At home, she thinks about how she wants to do all sorts of things with IC for couples. Then the hero finds her and explains that his training will not fit her style, so he does not want to train her. In the pool, Stella is talking to a journalist and she calls Aiki to Stella. It turned out he thought that Stella didn't like him because she didn't do anything. They fight a little, but Aiki wants to say what they both want at the same time. They want to kiss each other and do it. On the bus, they receive a message with the following opponents: Aiki V's, Rin and Stella V's. Ikazuchi. Ikazuchi defeats the super fast Rin by simply dodging, and Stella blocks a strong blow in Ikazuchi and breaks his sword. The heroes win. The guys find a girl behind a tree and ask her what she wants. She tries to escape and falls into the water. The guys save her, and in the ward, she says her name, Ayasa Ayasuji, says that she wanted to become a student of Aiki. The girl's grandfather turned out to be our hero's childhood idol, but now he's in the hospital after the fight and is not very well known due to the fact that he is just a swordsman without magic. They get along and the hero trains her. He corrects her stance, from which everyone is confused to the limit, and this helps her. On the way home, Ayasa praises his hands. They are the same as her father's. Stella is jealous of Ayasa, but the hero calms her down and they kiss. In the cafe, yes, the hero is digging up some gang, but Aiki does not respond to his provocation so as not to fly out of the academy. The vice director of the Utakata Academy and the treasurer Kanata approach the guys. Utatada treats the hero and the team goes home. Ayasa and Ike receive a message that the next fight will be between them, and Ayasa runs away. Later, she sends a message about a meeting on the roof. Ayasa meets him on the roof and jumps off it, and he spends his strength to save her. This was her plan in order to win, because he can use his maximum concentration ability only once 24 hours. He comes to Stella, after which he wakes up in the hospital and goes to the director, who says that Ayasa's father has not been able to hold a sword for 2 years because of a coma. He was defeated by the Sword Eater, the same guy from the cafe. Aiki decides to just fight Ayase fairly and put him on the right path. Ayase set his trap abilities all over the field, which is against the rules, and Aiki runs into them painfully after he learned to understand their position and made his way through her last attack once. It turned out that he foresaw that Ayase would set traps, so he asked the judge not to stop the fight because of this, so that he would defeat her himself. Aiki forgives her and gives her a helping hand to regain her honor and pride. Ayase says that in a duel with her father, the Sword Eater did not use the ability and won with pure fencing, taking their house. Ayase's father fought well and wanted to show his secret technique, but due to illness, he lost. Aiki comes to the Devourer for a duel to recapture the house back to Ayasa's family. The heroes prove their competence and everyone takes out their weapons. They start a duel and exchange blows, and the hero Filigrees evades the Devourer's attacks. During the battle, the hero understood the Devourer's strength. His reaction is twice as fast as any swordsman, so he has to block what an ordinary person would not have had time. Ayasa wants to stop the fight so that the same thing does not happen to her father, but Stella stops her and says that Aiki is only a joy, and that her father felt the same in the battle. And in fact, Ayasa's father has not lost his pride and tells Ayasa that he will now return the house to them back. He uses a secret technique her father and defeats the Devourer. It turned out he studied this technique with Ayasa. Later, she confessed to the management that she cheated, and then her father woke up. Our couple is holding hands, but when they are noticed, they hide behind the fact that they were just fighting on their fingers. The director sends Stella and Aiki on a trip. Stella says that she is somehow cool. It turned out they were just sent to clean the house, after which the two of them go to look at the waterfall on Mount Aiki. You already noticed that Stella the fever, and it looks like she caught a cold, so you need to take off your wet clothes and dry off by the fire. Stella can't undress herself, and Aiki helps her with this. She offers intercourse, but he says that he values this relationship and does not want to rush things. The heroes leave the house and see how a huge golem wants to crush him and saves his girlfriend. He tries to destroy them, but not just like slugs. They are helped by the big shots of the academy and one of the 4 best knights of Toka to do. Shizuke receives a message that the current is her opponent. The fight begins. Shizuku has the magic of water and Toga with lightning magic. But pure water does not conduct electricity, so Shizuko did not become weaker. At first, Shizaku fights so much on equal terms and evades her blows, but then, without having time to follow the movements and gets wounded, Shizuka makes the last jerk and creating shadow clones clouded everything around and went to attack Toka. But Toda ended the battle with one swing of the sword. In the ward, Shizuka asks to leave her alone, but Alice stays and lets her cry. Aiki and Stella remind each other of the promise to reach the end and kiss. This removes some dude. The director sends the heroes to the Social Security Fund, which only today takes care of poor children. Ataka tells how she helped the already desperate boy and showed that anyone can become great, and this makes her stronger. Coming back and thinking about what makes him stronger, they see an article about our couple's kiss, which causes controversy in politics due to the fact that she is a princess and he knows who the figs are. The hero is taken to the court where he passes the selection and is exhausted. Stella is thinking of breaking up with Nike because of her so many problems, but Shizuku says that Aiki is doing all this just for her and this relationship. She gathers her courage and cuts off a strand of her hair for Aika, which the teacher passes to the hero. Aiki wants to meet his father and dad says that he is impressed that Aiki won the qualifiers. The hero understands that his desire to get his father's approval makes him stronger, but his father says that he did not hate Aiki but simply did not have any feelings for him and wants Aiki to achieve nothing so that ordinary people do not get extra hopes. They announce to him that the final fight will be with Toka Toda if he wins. They will leave him alone, but if he loses, he will cease to be a knight. The hero is delayed by the beginning of the tournament if he does not come soon. He will automatically lose. It turned out that the hero was deliberately left without the promised transport, and he runs exhausted to the tournament of his grandfather's words, and the last flame of hope allows him to get to the tournament. There he is met by his sister and his students. He sees Stella, who says that she passed the qualifiers, and then remembers about the promises and stops hesitating. He enters the arena and tells his opponent not to expect a shameful duel. He puts all his strength into one blow to hit faster and more powerful currents, with blood from all the cracks. He strikes the decisive blow and wins the final of the qualifying tournament. A fat man wants to kill a tired hero, but he is defeated by Stella. Vicky proposes to her live and kisses her. As a result, their parents lagged behind Stella and Aika, and the fat man was fired. They announced the past qualifiers and this year's leader, Aiki Kurgan. That's the end. The anime came out spectacular, cute, and funny. I really liked my rating of 9 out of 10 for everyone so far.